Hey, everyone! Did you know that one tiny penny, tucked away in your pocket change or coin collection, could be worth millions of dollars? That's right, a simple 1952 mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny might just hold the key to a fortune. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into why this humble penny is catching collectors' eyes and what makes it so incredibly valuable. Stick around, because by the end, you'll know exactly what to look for. The Abraham Lincoln penny has been in circulation for over a century, first minted in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. But in 1952, something happened that put one particular penny, the one with an S mint mark from the San Francisco Mint, into the spotlight. Most 1952 Lincoln pennies aren't rare or valuable. However, certain ones, under very specific conditions, have made headlines for fetching sky-high prices at auctions. First, let's talk about that S mint mark. What does it mean? The S on the coin tells us that it was minted in San Francisco, as opposed to Philadelphia, no mint mark, or Denver, D mint mark. While millions of these coins were produced, some very rare 1952 S pennies have specific qualities that can push their value into the millions. So what makes one 1952 penny worth millions while others are worth just a cent? Well, it comes down to a few key factors. The first thing to check is the condition. The highest valued pennies are in mint or near mint condition, meaning they've barely been circulated. Coins in perfect condition can fetch a much higher price than those with wear and tear. Collectors grade coins on a scale called MS or mint state. The closer your penny is to MS 70, the better. The second factor is any minting errors or varieties. Errors like double die or repunched mint marks can make your coin extremely rare. Imagine this: the mint accidentally struck your penny twice, and that tiny mistake could turn your penny into a jackpot. These types of errors often go unnoticed until an expert examines the coin closely. Lastly, in rare cases, errors in the composition of the coin's metal can make it incredibly valuable. Most pennies from this era are made of 95% copper, but occasionally, you'll find a penny that was struck on a different planchet, like one meant for another coin type, giving it rarity value. Just how high can the price go for these rare pennies? Well, check this out. In recent years, collectors have paid up to $1.7 million for pennies like these at auction. Imagine holding onto a penny for decades and then finding out it's worth more than a luxury car. One of the most valuable Lincoln pennies ever sold was in pristine condition and featured a mint error. So, how do you find out if your 1952 S penny is worth millions? Here's what you can do right now. Get a magnifying glass and carefully inspect your coin. Look for that S mint mark near the date on the coin. Does it look sharp? Is it doubled? Check for any wear or damage. If the penny is clean and has minimal wear, you may want to consider having it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A professional grade can make all the difference when determining the coin's value. Consult an expert or visit online auction houses to see what similar pennies are being sold for. If you think you've struck gold, or copper, in this case, reach out to a reputable coin dealer. Who knew a penny could be worth so much? Whether you're an avid collector or someone who just happened to find a 1952 penny in an old drawer, it's worth taking a closer look. That penny you hold in your hand could be the ticket to a fortune. And even if it's not, the history behind it is priceless. Could you imagine finding a penny worth millions in your pocket change? Yes, you heard that right. In today's video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, and today's superstar is the 1968 D mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that, in certain rare cases, could be worth an incredible fortune. First, let's go back to 1968. That was a turbulent year in American history, but while people were caught up in the events of the time, the U.S. Mint in Denver was producing millions of pennies. The D mint mark on the penny signifies it was struck at the Denver Mint. While most of these pennies are worth their face value, just 1 cent, there are some unique variations that have stunned collectors and coin enthusiasts. So, what makes certain 1968 Lincoln pennies worth thousands, or even millions of dollars? The answer lies in rare errors and high-grade coins. Coins with unique minting errors, such as double dies, missing elements, or misaligned strikes, can send their value skyrocketing. These kinds of errors are like gold to collectors. But here's the real jackpot: high-grade coins. If you find a 1968 penny that's in near-perfect condition, graded at MS 67 or higher, it could be worth a small fortune. That's because out of the millions of pennies minted that year, very few survive in such pristine condition. The highest graded coins can fetch astronomical prices at auction, especially if they're free of scratches and other imperfections. Now, let's talk about the million-dollar mystery. In recent years, collectors have reported some 1968 pennies selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and some claim that the rarest examples could be worth up to $1 million or more. These high-profile sales are usually of pennies with incredibly rare features, flawless conditions, and major auction hype. Okay, so now you're probably wondering, how can you tell if you've got a treasure in your hands? Here's what to look for under Lincoln's portrait to confirm it's a 1968 Denver Mint penny. Is it shiny, with sharp details and no scratches or wear? Like double strikes or off-center images? By a professional coin grading service, like PCGS or NGC? A high grading score could turn your penny from ordinary to extraordinary. So, could you be holding $1 million coin in your pocket right now? The only way to know is to start checking your change. You never know what rare treasure might be hiding among your pennies. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin discoveries and money-making finds. Who knows, the next big coin auction star might be sitting right in your hand. Have you ever checked your spare change and thought, what if one of these pennies is worth millions of dollars? Well, today we're diving deep into a fascinating story that's been making waves, the 1968 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Could one of these be sitting in your pocket, waiting to make you a millionaire? Let's find out. Now, let's get to the heart of the mystery. When most U.S. coins are minted, they receive a mint mark indicating where they were produced. For example, D means Denver, S means San Francisco, and no mint mark usually means it came from the Philadelphia Mint. But what makes the 1968 Lincoln penny so special? Is it really worth millions? Let's break it down. First things first. The majority of 1968 Lincoln pennies were minted in Philadelphia, and they did not have a mint mark. This is completely normal. However, there have been some misunderstandings and rumors circulating that certain no mint mark 1968 pennies are worth a fortune. But here's the truth: for a penny to be worth millions, it needs to have something truly unique about it, like an error during minting, a rare material, or being part of a special edition. Unfortunately, the typical 1968 penny without a mint mark doesn't check those boxes. But don't lose hope just yet, because there are valuable pennies out there. So, what does make a penny worth thousands, or even millions? It all comes down to unique errors. For instance, look out for coins with double die obverse, off-center strikes, or any other printing mistake that makes them one of a kind. These rarities drive collectors wild and can skyrocket the value of a simple penny. Let me show you some examples. A 1943 bronze Lincoln penny sold for $1.7 million because it was mistakenly made of bronze during a year when all pennies were supposed to be made from steel. Another example is the 1955 double die penny, famous for its misprint and valued at over $100,000. Okay, so back to our 1968 penny. Is it worth millions? Most likely not, especially if it's just a regular penny without any mint errors. But don't let that discourage you from checking your change. Who knows, you might stumble across one of those valuable error coins, and that could change your life. The takeaway here is simple: always check your coins. If you find something unusual, it might be worth a closer look. And if you're not sure, take it to a professional coin appraiser or numismatist to find out if your penny is truly something special. So, while the 1968 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny likely won't make you an instant millionaire, hunting for rare coins can still be a rewarding and fun hobby. And who knows? The next big find could be right in your pocket. If you learned something new today, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below if you found any cool coins recently. Until next time, happy hunting. 1970 with a D mint mark could be worth millions. Yeah, you heard that right, millions of dollars for a single penny. Crazy, huh? Stick around as we uncover the mystery and value behind the 1970 D Abraham Lincoln penny that's been turning heads in the numismatic world. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for more amazing coin finds. At first glance, this penny looks just like any other: Lincoln's familiar profile on the obverse, the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, and of course, that D mint mark, indicating it was produced at the Denver Mint. But, what if I told you there's a special version of this penny, a rare mint error, that could make you a millionaire? The 1970 D Lincoln penny was struck during an era of high coin production. But while most of these pennies are only worth face value, a few rare coins have made headlines for being worth astronomical amounts. Why? Well, some pennies were struck with an error on the die that created what's known as a double die, a mistake that can drastically increase a coin's value. That's right. In 1970, a few pennies left the Denver Mint with this doubling error on the obverse side. Look closely at Lincoln's profile, the date, and the lettering. If you notice slight doubling, you could be in for a massive payday. But why would a single penny be worth millions? Well, in 2019, a 1970 D penny with this rare error was sold at auction for over $1 million. The doubling in this particular coin was so dramatic, and the coin itself was in such pristine condition, that collectors went wild for it. Coins like these aren't just rare, they're one in a million. Numismatists, or coin experts, search for coins that have unique features like doubling, misprints, or even changes in the metal composition. And this penny? It checks all those boxes. So, how do you know if your 1970 D penny is the jackpot? Here are the key things to look for. Specifically, check the date, the Liberty inscription, and, "In God We Trust." Mint errors are valuable, but only if the coin is in great condition. Coins that have little wear and tear fetch the highest prices. If you think you've struck gold, get your coin professionally graded by a trusted numismatic organization like PCGS or NGC. That official certification could make all the difference. And while the 1970 D double die penny is one of the most valuable, there are other Lincoln pennies worth big bucks too. Ever heard of the 1943 copper penny? Or the 1955 double die penny? Some of these rare finds can sell for thousands, even millions, if you know what to look for. Now, let's say you think you found the one. What do you do next? First, get your penny authenticated and graded. Once you've got that expert verification, you can list your coin on major auction sites like Heritage Auctions or eBay. And who knows, you could walk away with a life-changing fortune. So, the next time you come across a 1970 D Lincoln penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding $1 million treasure. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible coin stories and rare finds. Happy hunting, and may your next penny be the one that makes you a millionaire. We're talking about the 1979 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, and why this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth a mind-boggling amount. Let's get into it. The Lincoln penny was first minted in 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, this humble penny has seen various changes in its design, materials, and minting locations. Typically, you'd find a small mint mark on the coin, like D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or P for Philadelphia. But sometimes, these mint marks were left off either by mistake or due to unusual minting practices. And that's where things get interesting with this 1979 penny. So, what's the big deal about a missing mint mark? You see, back in 1979, pennies were produced in several U.S. mint locations, including Denver and Philadelphia. Philadelphia pennies, in particular, often didn't have a mint mark, which isn't unusual. But, there's a twist. While many pennies from 1979 lack a mint mark, the one that collectors are hunting for is a coin that struck differently, a penny with characteristics so rare, it makes it incredibly valuable. Coins like this could be a result of minting errors, die varieties, or even intentional alterations. There have been reports of 1979 no mint mark pennies being sold for thousands or even millions in pristine condition. But why? Well, it all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand in the collector's market. So, you're probably wondering, how do you identify if you have the 1979 no mint mark penny that's worth millions? First, you'll want to check the following things: the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins with no scratches, discoloration, or wear are highly sought after. Ensure there's no mint mark below the year 1979. A professional grading service can determine the coin's authenticity and condition, adding to its potential value. Some rare pennies from this era may show unique die errors, such as double dies or off-center strikes. Alright, so why are some of these pennies fetching such ridiculous sums? It all boils down to one thing: scarcity. Rare coins are like fine art. When collectors realize there's only a handful of them in existence, the price skyrockets. In auctions, a rare 1979 no mint mark penny in pristine condition could fetch up to millions if the demand is high. Collectors pay astronomical amounts for rare U.S. currency, especially coins with a unique history or error. So now the big question: could you have one of these valuable pennies sitting in your collection without even knowing it? Check your change jars, old coin rolls, or even that forgotten penny collection. You might just have a rare 1979 no mint mark Lincoln penny waiting to be discovered. And if you think you found something special, get it professionally graded. Who knows, it could be worth a fortune. Looking penny in your change and wondered, could this be worth millions? Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing mysteries of the coin world, the 1981 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Is it really worth a fortune, or is it all just a myth? Let's find out. So what exactly is the deal with this 1981 penny? Well, the U.S. Mint has several facilities, and each one typically adds a tiny letter, known as a mint mark, to indicate where the coin was made. For example, P is for Philadelphia, D is for Denver, and S for San Francisco. But some coins, like this famous 1981 Lincoln penny, are missing the mint mark. And that's where the mystery begins. Why would a penny from 1981 not have a mint mark, and more importantly, could it really be worth $1 million? Before you start digging through your loose change, let's clear up some confusion. The 1981 penny without a mint mark comes from the Philadelphia Mint. And here's the kicker: coins made in Philadelphia during that time typically didn't have mint marks. So, no mint mark on a 1981 penny isn't that unusual. But hold on, why, then, do we hear stories of these pennies being worth $1 million? This myth might come from confusion with other rare coins, like the 1943 copper penny, which actually does fetch millions. But for the 1981 penny, it's a whole different story. Okay, so here's the truth. A 1981 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is typically worth only about face value. That's right, just 1 cent. The coin isn't rare because millions of them were minted in Philadelphia that year. However, if your 1981 penny is in extraordinary condition, such as a proof or error coin, it could fetch a bit more, but we're talking a few bucks, not millions. So, if you're looking for coins worth a fortune, keep an eye out for things like rare minting errors, unique metal compositions, and extremely low mintages. It's those types of coins that can bring in the big bucks at auctions. In fact, if you're serious about coin collecting, make sure to do your research or consult an expert, because you never know when you might have a hidden gem in your pocket. So, is the 1981 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny worth millions? Sorry to burst the bubble, but it's just a myth. While it's fun to dream about finding $1 million penny, this particular one won't make you a millionaire. But hey, it's still a piece of history, and every coin tells a story. Keep hunting, keep collecting, and who knows, maybe one day you'll stumble upon that once-in-a-lifetime find. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more awesome coin collecting tips and fascinating stories from the world of rare currency. Drop a comment below if you've ever found any cool coins, and we'll see you in the next video. Did you know that a simple penny from your pocket could be worth millions? Yep, you heard that right, I'm talking about a 1986 Lincoln penny with a unique twist. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious and valuable coins in U.S. history, the 1986 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, and why some believe it could be worth a fortune. Now, most people see pennies as just small change, but collectors and coin experts know that sometimes a penny is worth way more than just 1 cent. In this case, potentially millions of dollars. The key to the value of this coin lies in its missing mint mark. So, what is a mint mark, and why is it important? The mint mark is a small letter on the coin that tells you where it was made, either Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But if a penny is missing that mark, like the 1986 Lincoln penny we're talking about today, it could indicate a rare minting error or something even more mysterious. And that brings us to this specific coin, a 1986 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. Normally, pennies made in Philadelphia didn't carry a mint mark back then. However, there are certain coins that have been misstruck or even had special errors, which has caused their value to skyrocket in the collector's market. But wait, why would a simple missing mint mark make it worth millions? Here's where things get really interesting. Over the years, rare coins with minting errors have sold for hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars at auction. Coins with a no mint mark anomaly, especially ones that are in pristine, uncirculated condition, are prized by collectors. For instance, one such coin was listed with estimates reaching into the 7-figure range. And while it might sound too good to be true, similar coins with unique minting issues have hit astronomical prices at auction. So, could your penny be one of these rare treasures? Possibly. How do you know if your 1986 penny is valuable? First, check for that missing mint mark under the date. If it's not there, you might have a valuable coin. But keep in mind, it needs to be in top condition, no scratches, dents, or wear, and certified by a professional coin grading service. Coin grading is crucial. A penny that's considered mint state can be worth thousands more than one that has been in circulation. So, before you get too excited, make sure you have it properly evaluated by an expert. Now, here's the big question, could this be $1 million penny? While some claim that certain versions of the 1986 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny have reached those values, it's important to remember that prices can vary. A lot depends on the rarity, demand, and condition of the coin. So, while the dream of finding $1 million penny is thrilling, remember that this is the exception, not the rule. But if you think you've got one of these rare coins, it might be worth getting it checked out by a professional. You could be holding on to a small fortune without even knowing it. Alright, coin lovers, that wraps up our deep dive into the fascinating world of the 1986 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Who would have thought a penny could hold so much value, right? Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin or if you think you might have one of these $1 million pennies. Wait. Could this ordinary-looking penny be worth millions? That's right. We're talking about a 2000 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny that some collectors are eyeing for staggering prices. But is it really worth that much? Let's dive in. First, let's break down what a no-mint mark penny even means. Most pennies minted in the US have a small letter indicating where they were produced, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco. But if your penny doesn't have any mint mark at all, it means it was likely struck at the Philadelphia Mint, where they typically don't include mint marks on coins. The 2000 Lincoln penny is part of the standard issue of circulating coins, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the front, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. So, why are people talking about a 2000 no mint mark penny being worth millions? Well, let's clear something up. Most 2000 pennies are worth their face value, just 1 cent. But, in rare cases, a penny can become incredibly valuable due to minting errors or unique characteristics. Collectors are always on the hunt for these error coins. For example, if a 2000 penny was struck on the wrong type of metal, or if it has a rare double die error, its value could skyrocket. However, as of now, there's no confirmed report of a specific 2000 Lincoln penny fetching millions of dollars on the market. But, in the world of numismatics, anything is possible, especially if a truly unique error is discovered. So, how do you know if your penny is valuable? Here are a few tips to look out for. Check for any abnormalities like doubling on the date or Lincoln's face. Coins in mint or uncirculated condition are more valuable than those that are heavily worn. Unusual metal compositions can make a coin worth a fortune, such as a penny struck on a silver planchet. Have your coin evaluated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. This gives your coin an official rating and can massively boost its value. Let's talk real numbers. While the idea of a 2000 penny being worth millions is exciting, the truth is most 2000 no mint mark Lincoln pennies are worth between 1 cent and a few dollars, depending on their condition. For a regular penny without any minting errors, the value is pretty low. However, in extremely rare cases, like finding an error coin, you might be looking at a value of a few hundred or even thousands of dollars. But millions? That's unlikely, for now. So, is it worth your time to check your 2000 no mint mark pennies? Absolutely. While the chances of hitting the $1,000,000 jackpot are slim, you could still discover a valuable error coin that might bring in some serious cash. And hey, it's always fun to go treasure hunting, just remember to stay realistic about what your penny is worth. Have it checked by a professional, and who knows? You might just strike gold, or copper. We're diving deep into a fascinating story in the world of coin collecting, the 2008 D mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Could this tiny piece of copper be worth millions? Stay tuned, because I'm about to tell you why collectors are going crazy for this specific coin. First off, let's talk about the basics. The 2008 D penny is a part of the final series of pennies to feature the classic Lincoln Memorial design, which ran from 1959 to 2008. The D mint mark means it was produced in Denver, and there were billions of these pennies made. So what makes this penny special? At first glance, it seems like any regular penny in your pocket, but certain characteristics can make some of these coins stand out. Sometimes, it's about more than just the year or mint mark, it's the unique errors or conditions of the coin that can skyrocket its value. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Are these pennies really worth millions of dollars? Well, not exactly. The majority of 2008 D pennies you'll find are worth, well, just 1 cent. But, in rare cases, certain 2008 D pennies can become extremely valuable under the right circumstances. Take for example the extremely rare error pennies that have been misstruck, or have significant flaws. These are coins that could catch the eye of serious collectors. We're talking about doubling on the obverse, the front, die cracks, or other major errors. Some error coins, especially when graded highly by organizations like PCGS or NGC, have been known to fetch thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. That's a far cry from millions, but still an incredible return for a penny. So, if you're wondering what makes a coin like this valuable, here are the key factors. First, is its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. A higher grade means a better condition. Coins that are graded MS 65 or higher, especially with no wear and tear, can be worth much more than face value. Asterisk, another factor is rarity. If there were only a handful of error pennies made in the entire 2008 batch, they'll be incredibly valuable to collectors. Some pennies also have rare planchet errors, meaning the material or thickness of the penny was incorrect during minting. Finally, let's talk about demand. A coin could be in perfect condition, but if no one wants it, its value won't be very high. The key is finding coins that have a high demand among collectors. Okay, now let's get practical. If you have a 2008 penny and you're wondering if it's worth more than just 1 cent, here's what you should be looking for. First, check for any obvious signs of errors. Look closely at Lincoln's face, the lettering, and the edges. Are there any noticeable doubling or misprints? A magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe can help spot small details. Next, consider the coin's condition. Is it shiny with little to no scratches, or has it been heavily circulated? If it's in pristine condition, getting the coin graded by a professional service could be a smart move. Lastly, research the coin's history online or through coin collecting guides. If your penny has an error or rare feature, it might just be worth sending it to auction. Now, you might be wondering, has anyone actually cashed in on a 2008 penny for thousands or even millions? Well, while number 2008 penny has fetched $1 million price tag yet, some error pennies from similar years have sold for tens of thousands at major auctions. One of the most notable examples was a Lincoln cent with a dramatic off-center strike that sold for nearly $10,000. Error coins like these are what you need to keep an eye out for. So, is your 2008 penny worth a fortune? Probably not, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. Keep an eye out for errors, consider the condition, and don't be afraid to have your coins professionally graded if you think you found something special. And hey, even if you don't strike it rich, collecting pennies can still be a fun and rewarding hobby. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating coin collecting tips and stories. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Treasures that could be hiding right in your pocket change. Today, we're talking about one of the most unexpected and fascinating coins out there, the 2019 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right, a simple penny that could potentially be worth millions of dollars. But how? Why? And what makes this coin so special? Before we jump into the details, let's talk a bit about the 2019 penny itself. You might be thinking, what could possibly make a regular, modern-day penny worth so much? Well, here's a quick background. 2019 Lincoln penny, a modern coin in circulation, featuring the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln that has been on the penny since 1909. Now, typically, U.S. coins have a mint mark to identify which mint produced them. For example, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. But the 2019 Lincoln pennies produced in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, as is often the case for Philadelphia coins. So, the question is, what makes this specific 2019 penny so incredibly valuable? Well, here's the thing, a no mint mark alone isn't what's going to make this penny worth millions. In fact, millions of no mint mark pennies were made in 2019, and most of them are only worth, well, 1 cent. So what makes certain 2019 pennies incredibly valuable? The answer lies in one key factor: condition. We're talking about coins that are in pristine, almost flawless condition, graded by professional coin grading companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. When a penny is found in such perfect condition, it's called a mint state or MS coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable it becomes. Here's where things get interesting. Some 2019 pennies in extremely high mint state, MS 69 or even MS 70, have sold for thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, of dollars at auction. And here's why. A coin graded MS 69 or MS 70 is practically perfect, with no visible flaws even under magnification. These coins are extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. So imagine having a 2019 Lincoln penny that was not only flawless but also struck in such a limited, near-perfect run. This is where the big money starts rolling in. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, thousands of dollars is cool, but what about millions? Well, it's all about rarity and demand. As the coin's value continues to rise due to its scarcity and the increasing interest from collectors, certain specimens, especially in MS-70 condition, could eventually reach the $1 million mark. Think about it, if a near-perfect penny goes up for auction and two wealthy collectors decide they absolutely must have it, the bidding war could push the price into seven figures. And it's not just theoretical, coins have sold for millions before, even seemingly ordinary ones. So, how can you get your hands on a 2019 Lincoln penny worth this much? Here are a few tips. Start checking every penny you get back in change. Who knows what you might find? Buying coin rolls directly from the bank can increase your chances of finding uncirculated, near-perfect pennies. You can also purchase mint sets from 2019 directly from the US Mint or reputable dealers. These sets often contain coins in excellent condition. And don't forget, once you find a promising penny, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC to determine its true value. So there you have it, the 2019 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny that could potentially be worth millions. Whether you're a casual collector or someone just starting out, it's amazing to think that hidden treasures like this are still out there. Who knows? The next time you look at a penny in your hand, it might be the one that changes your life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another treasure hunting tip. Thanks for watching, and good luck out there.